Greetings, this is Edward Ojambo. In this tutorial, JavaScript recursive functions will be created. Brought to you by the jumboshop.com Learning JavaScript course. JavaScript makes it easy to create recursive functions. Recursive functions call themselves to solve problems broken down into smaller subprograms. So what that basically means is that a recursive function always has a way to stop the recursion. Otherwise, it will just continue indefinitely, which clearly you do not want. So there's two types of stops. There's the base case, and that could be simply something like, for example, if it's a number, you check if it's a certain number or less than 0, and then you return something. And the recursive, that means that it's a modified argument. That could be like, for example, you can say if for the base part, and then else or else if, and so forth and so forth. That way that will be the recursive stop. So that's why it says in order to move closer to the base, so the base is really one that stops it. So because it's a function, all the other parts of the function are still true. So basically, the glossary for recursion means it's a method to call itself to solve a problem. So as you can see here, there's the base function and the recursive. So we're going to do both of this. This is the if, for example, we just return 1. And then the recursive, that's what you actually call the function as itself in order to do something. So the source code is here. You can click expand to see it, or you can look at the screenshot and the output here. Now, this is the video for the recursive functions tutorial. Be sure to subscribe for more frequent content. I am also doing now a live stream that should be available. It's every Fridays. I'm doing a live stream. So just go to ojambo.com and I'll put the information there, most likely on Thursday, for the live stream for Friday. I might put it a little bit earlier, so you just keep on checking back. Okay, so let's head over to ojamboshop.com. I'm going to use the jumboshop.com Learning JavaScript Course web IDE. You can use any text editor or text editor or IDE you prefer on the web browser. So I'm using the jumboshop.com Learning JavaScript Course web IDE because it comes built in with JavaScript and an IDE, the web IDE. So as you can see here, you can just enter your code in here. I'm just going to copy and paste one. Actually, I'll paste 2 lines here. I don't have to type it in. This is comments. Okay, then we'll create the first function. 1, pass in a variable. So you say if num is less than or equal to 1, and then return 1. So this is going to be the base stop. So else, we're going to return num times 1, which is the name of the function, and then num minus 1. So this is the recursive stop. Then console.log the recurse. This is basically a base stop if you really want to. So I'll call it base stop. Base stop for -1 is +1 -1 I'll put the recursive stop for 2 is 1, 2. Here we go. Now create another function. It'll be a countdown to 1 function. So we function count down console.log. The count down number is now plus num. Let next num equals num minus 1 if next num is greater than 0. Like I call the function itself count down next num. Then count down minus 1 and count down 2. So you see for the first one it says the base stop for minus 1 is 1, because when it runs this it's less, num will be less than 1, so it will just return 1. That will be the stop. And then when I put 2, so what will happen when it's 2, it will go through that won't be less than 1, so this part won't run, but the else it's going to be 2 times the function, so that will be the function 2 minus 1, so that is 2 times 1, which becomes 2. And then here for this part here, the countdown, so this will run until, for example, it says if it's greater than 0, this part here, so it's 1 minus 1, so this is greater than 0. So the first one I put -1, that will never be greater than 0, so it will just print my -1. When I put 2, you see what happens here? It becomes 2 and 2 minus 1, then it becomes 1, because 1 is greater than 0. Then it will run the countdown again, so now it will be 1, so 1 minus 1, that will be 0, so 0 is not greater than 0, so then it will just print 1, as you can see here, 2 and 1. So the on isojumbo.com/javascript-recursive-functions, and as JavaScript is open source, it's follows MScript standard, license W3 software license, allows commercial use, modification, distribution, and making this proprietary. Be sure to subscribe for more frequent content, and a quick reminder that every Friday I'll be hosting a live stream. Just visit ojumbo.com for details. And I do have a Learning JavaScript course on ojumboshop.com, as you just saw. You can learn at your own pace 24/7, anytime. There are no subscriptions, it's a one-time free. There's no need to install JavaScript. You can use built-in web IDE, and it already comes with JavaScript, which will be in your web browser. Another reminder here for the live stream. The Learning JavaScript course is also in a book format. The book format the book version won't come with JavaScript or a web browser or an IDE or text editor. So, but you can have the hard copy, that's a paperback, or the ebook version. They're both available on Amazon.com. Search for Editor Jumbo. The links are in the description. Oh, you can, for this article, you can also get the description here. Learning JavaScript course on ojumboshop.com, Learning JavaScript paperback on Amazon, Learning JavaScript ebook on Amazon. And if you want one-on-one tutorials, you can visit ojumboservices.com. Also provide a way to create applications if you need help, custom from scratch, or if you want to learn, that could be a tutorial. That also goes for websites. So we could have web applications, desktop applications, or mobile applications. It could be games, anything you can think of, including database, e-commerce. So that's the end. Thank you.